Mentioned just a bit ago, they're only allowing 8 over their last 4. And of course, Jack Snowball behind that great offensive line for the Grizzlies. Jack just keeps climbing the ladder in the record books for Wadsworth football. He joined Drew Jones and Joe Tricome as the 3rd player to rush for 1,000 yards in 2 different seasons. If Jack scores 8 points tonight, he'll join Drew Jones and Paul Macco and Jim Reynolds as the only 200-point scorers in school history. And Jack needs 134-plus yards tonight to move into 3rd on Wadsworth's all-time list.
Yeah, we'd love to do that tonight. I know that the Grizzly game plan is going to have a lot of Jack Snowball in it, as it has all year. And the other aspect, John, I want to bring up quickly is the special teams. Boy, on a night like tonight when you have 2 very good teams, special teams, a very, very important aspect of the game. And the Grizzlies have given up some long kickoff returns and some big plays, and you really got to limit those plays on special teams as well.
Here's Luis Escudero teeing it up. Back to receive will be Deuce Turner, the running back, along with C.J. Chapman, the good receiver. Luis Escudero averaging 50 yards per kickoff this season. Luis scored 2 goals and had an assist last night in a win over Worcester for the Grizzlies soccer team. And we have a flag on the kickoff. It's offsides on the Grizzlies.
A little overexcited as we start off the game, and certainly not uncommon for a big game like this one. The Grizzlies wanted to get a head start on that kickoff coverage. But boy, you got dangerous return men back there. You got Turner, and he caught that one. Love to see a kick to the corner here, or something that he can't catch on the fly right down the middle, because he gets a head of steam going. He can break it.
He can. Turner has a 4.4 second speed in the 40-yard dash, and he also runs the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 800 relay in track. This one goes to Chapman at the 21. Up the right side he goes, hits the seam, and right there to meet him is number 28, Ryan Wise.
Yep, good job. Was it C.J. Edwards?
I'm sorry, Edwards, yes.
Yeah, Edwards did a nice job there, as we've seen him making a lot of plays on special teams all year, and starts us off. The Indians are going to be in business on the 36-yard line. Offensively, you can see, John, they go from the spread, 4 receivers, Turner in the backfield.
Here's Gelati in the shotgun, 68 of 130 on the season, 948 yards passing and 6 touchdown passes. Little sweep handoff there to Chauncey Spears, the senior.
Boy, physical play. I saw there was a crackback block on the perimeter out there, just a lot of bodies flying around. But nice job there by the Grizzly defense to limit the Indians to about a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 6, 4 on the play for the Indians. Chapman goes in motion. Gelati swings one out to Wheeler to the 45-yard line, very close, about a yard short. It looks like they'll mark it inches short of a first down.
Well, you can see Gelati as you watch the replay. Look at him, he opens his hips up, gets his feet in position, even had some pressure there, but that pass is right on the money and thrown very hard.
Chester Foth on the tackle, and referees blow the whistle. They're saying move the chains. It's a first down.
They marked it as a first down, and Indians might want to change their play call there. I guess that's the play they wanted on first down.
In the 2010 game, Deuce Turner, 157 yards against Wadsworth. Fake to him. Gelati looking over the middle, in trouble, eludes the sack. Here comes Brown, and then Gelati wisely just throws it away as Byron Brown was there with the pressure.
We mentioned how do you neutralize some of those skilled players. That's how you neutralize Gelati right there. You got to get somebody in his face. You got to make him uncomfortable. And even if they don't bring him down, they made him reset his feet right there. Then they got another rusher in his face. That's what you got to do. You got to make him uncomfortable.
2nd and 10 from the 46. We'll toss left to Turner. Turner looking for a hole. Grizzlies are there at the line of scrimmage to shove him out of bounds.
Boy, great job by middle linebacker Bret Boffman right there.
By sealing off that end,
yeah,
too.
He really did a nice job. He floated to the outside. He kept his shoulders square, and then when he saw the opening right there, you saw Turner saw Boffman and had to break it out and go lateral again. And Bret didn't make the tackle, but he filled his assignment in the defense right there and limited them to a short gain. It's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play, 3rd and 10. 4-receiver set again. There's Turner to the 50. They'll be about 6 yards short. They'll have to punt.
Yeah, interesting call there by the Indians to just run up the middle, but they're trying to spread the Grizzlies out in formation. They went 3 receivers to the right, trying to draw those Grizzly defenders out with formation, but big Nick Tavanello came up with the stop. Now you got to watch him. They're in that fake punt territory.
Yep, and Copley has a good punter in Kirby Rice, the senior. He averages 46 yards per punt.
Great average here.
Booming leg. And
snowballs deep, and
along with Nate Winkler.
Winkler as well.
So Rice from about the 40 will boot this one away. And it's to Winkler at the 19. Winkler has some room up the right side in front of the Grizzly bench. Decent return for a punt to the 34-yard line where the Grizzly offense will take over.
Yeah, great job by Nate right there. He's had some nice returns this year, and that was a good one where he got some positive yardage, and the Grizzlies could have been in a hole had the Indians got off a good punt. But now they're in business. They've got good field position for their first drive. Looks like they're going to start on about the 34-yard line.
John Kuss play action fake the snowball, swings it out to Boffman at the 40, the 50, lowers the head to the 47-yard line. That's the way you get them thinking.
Yeah, and that's a great call, opening call for your first play. Everybody's thinking Jack Snowball's going to carry the ball, so you fake that, you run the bootleg back, and Boffman, usually sure-handed, catches it, turns his big shoulders upfield, runs over an Indian tackler, and the Grizzlies have a first down.
Bret Boffman's 4th reception of the season for the first down. They're in Indians territory at the 47. Here's Snowball. Got 4 or 5 on the play.
Yep, absolutely. Great pickup right there. Defensively, John, the Indians go from a 50 shade. They run a very similar front as the Wadsworth Grizzlies, and they'll also go to a 4-3 look as well. So you can bet against this Grizzly running attack. They're going to do what everybody else does. They're going to load the box up and try to put as many blue jerseys close to that line of scrimmage, trying to limit the Grizzly running attack.
2nd and 5, 8:55 to play first quarter. Snowball gets another fake to him. And this play is going to be about 2 yards short of a first down. That was Kuss on the keep.
Yep, little high snap right there, but John Kuss did a nice job of first handling that. And then he's just going to fake the jet sweep to Jack right there, and he's a great decoy. He draws a lot of attention, and lineman, look at the lineman blocking downfield, doing a good job staying on those blocks. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1.
They'll give it to Snowball. 1 and plenty more down to the 26-yard line. Jack Snowball.
That's great. That's a great carry, and you know, on a 3rd and short, just pounding right at the Indian defense. Got to look at Jack right there and John Kuss, but nothing fancy. They're just going to run isolation, fullback on linebacker, big on big up front, and Jack finds the seam and picks up a nice gain.
There's that Grizzly offensive line getting the push. This one to Boffman on a quick hitter, and he rumbles down inside the 20.
Boy, we mentioned, you know, part of the Grizzly game plan is to be physical, and Bret Boffman right there takes a little inside trap. Nick Tavanello got a nice trap block on one of the down linemen, and boy, Bret just put the wood. You're going to see it right at the end of this run, just like he finished his last run off that bootleg catch. He lowers that shoulder and he lowers the boom on those Indian defensive backs.
2nd and 2 now. Snowball gets it on his feet, heading to the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies. Jack Snowball with his 15th rushing touchdown of the season puts the Grizzlies on top, 6-0.
Boy, we'll get the replay, but one of the things that makes Jack a great running back, he's got those quick feet. He can stop and start again, and he can get going again in a hurry, and he did right there. He just stuttered. He waited for the hole to open up, and then he just cut it right back to his right, found daylight, and the Grizzlies are in the end zone. Great, great first drive.
Escudero's extra point is up and good. And Luis Escudero is now 21 out of 26.
Here it is, John. Look at the stutter step right here. He sees it starting to open up to the backside. Look how quickly these feet get moving again. And remember, Jack's 215 pounds. I mean, that shows his athleticism, and you can see he can go to 0 to 50 in a quick, short amount of time. And that's great.
7:12 to go in the first quarter. Glad you could join us once again here on Wadsworth Community Television for Grizzly football, and a beautiful Friday night, and looks like a beautiful weekend up ahead. Yeah. So might get some yard work done this weekend.
I don't know about that. I might watch a lot of football.
Yeah, I might cut it short.
Got a shot there of athletic director Rich Berlin. Rich doing such a great job here with the Wadsworth Athletics. And well, you talk about a tireless worker. There's a guy that spends endless hours supporting athletes.
Escudero squibs one to the 17. Here comes Turner down to the 39-yard line. Deuce Turner.
Boy, he is dangerous.
Yep.
And Anthony Pappas there and C.J. Edwards combining on the tackle, but boy, he is dangerous. Anytime he gets his hands on that football, he can take it the distance.
Yep,
so.
And he's become more of a factor, Roger, in the Indians' passing game, too, with the graduation of standout receiver Sean Taylor from a year ago. And, what else he does so well is he now has that patience. He can get those 2 or 3 yarders like any running back as Gelati steps back. A little hesitation pass and caught on the fingertips by Alonzo Burt, the junior wide receiver. What a catch.
That was an outstanding catch. Gelati, this one just sailed on him a little bit. But boy, talking about a receiver bailing him out. Look at that. Wow. Great, great catch there.
Indians in hurrying up a little bit here, 6:50 to play. Turner gets it up the middle, gets those legs moving to the 35. And just about a couple yards short of a first down. But Turner, like I said, he's gotten a lot stronger. You can tell he's adding that power back mentality to the speed that he has and that patience he has. He knows he can get 4-yarders, 5-yarders, but eventually that hole's going to be there to bust that 50 or 60-yarder.
Yeah, he can, any given play, he can take it to the house.
Gelati going to throw to his left this time. Quickly rolls out, gets it to Wheeler for a first down, and it takes 3 Grizzlies to throw Wheeler down inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, with any of these good Copley skill players, you just don't want to give them a lot of room to operate. It's tough when you're playing defensive back because you got to give them a cushion and respect their speed, and you don't want to get beat deep. Then you also don't want to give them a lot of room when they catch the ball to turn and run with it either. So it's a catch-22 for a defensive back.
Oh, nice play there. Grizzlies on the stop. Yeah, this Grizzlies secondary going to receive its biggest test of the season here tonight.
Absolutely. This is a nice job defending the option play. John, if you'd ask me who I want carrying the ball, Gelati or Turner, I'm going to say Gelati, especially if he's going to be treated rudely like that by the Grizzly defense. That's a great job.
Looked like Wise and Byron Brown on the stop.
Nice physical tackle.
2nd and 8 for the Indians. This one caught. C.J. Chapman's first catch of the night.
Well, you get a good feel for this Copley offense, John. They just slinging that ball all over the place with this good quarterback, Gelati. And Lou puts another pass just right on the money. Great throw and catch, and Chester Floth right there to make a sure tackle. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1.
5:05 to play first quarter. From the 11-yard line, Gelati, a little QB option play there, and the Grizzlies are there. as Tyler Perry and Byron Brown. Talk about bringing the wood.
Byron Brown, that's 2 big hits in a row. And again, here's another way to neutralize great skill athletes right here. They love it when they can get into space and they can cut and make moves, but they don't love that right there. Great job by Tyler Perry and Byron Brown just shutting the door on Turner.
Here's Kirby Rice for the field goal. He's only made 1 of them so far this season, has Rice.
Well, Indians were short a player, it looked like, so they're going to go timeout.
Yep, Rice 1 field goal made this season, and timeout for the Indians.
The ball's going to be sitting on about the, what is it, the 12, so it's going to make about a, let's see, it'll be sitting on the 20, maybe about a 30-yard field goal.
So this game for first place tonight, you saw the Suburban League standings earlier. Wadsworth, Copley, Talmadge all still undefeated. Both Copley and Talmadge do still have, or Copley and Wadsworth still have to play Talmadge. Wadsworth next week, of course.
Yeah,
and
tonight's game's going to go a big way to decide the Suburban League title, but you're right, there's still a lot of football to be played.
Wadsworth hoping to get their 7th Suburban League title. Okay, here we go again. Holding will be R.J. Karam. And Kirby's kick. Kirby Rice's kick is up and good, so the Indians get on the board with 4:18 to play in the first at 7-3.
Yep, nice job there by Copley answering the Grizzly score with a score of their own. But also credit the Grizzly defense for toughening up as they got closer to their goal line and holding them to the field goal. So get that Grizzly offense back on there. 4 minutes, 18 seconds left here in the first quarter. But great game so far. I'll tell you, this is why you play football. To play in games like tonight. This is a big part of Wadsworth Grizzly football right here. Just these young guys have put themselves in a position to be in a title chase, to be in playoff chase, and you just come out here and you play a great football team on a beautiful night in front of a huge crowd. Doesn't get any better than this.
Copley's head coach, Ron Viscount, in his 5th season. He is 24-23. He was the recipient of the Beacon Journal and Akron Touchdown Club's Clem Carablad Coach of the Year Award, named after the long time famous, now deceased Hoban football coach. This one booted short at the 24. And it was Nick Seamy, the junior, returning it.
So a great job by Nick getting a nice gain, not only just catching that football, but getting a nice gain. And Grizzlies again will have nice field position to start their second drive. Ball's going to rest on about the 35-yard line.
Stands are packed here at Copley Stadium. Second series of the game for Wadsworth. Toss sweep snowball right side, still on his feet. And about an 8-yard gain there for Jack.
Yep, nice. As you think about the chess match going on between coaches right there, the Indians went with an inside linebacker blitz to the field, and the Grizzlies had a nice play on to counter that. If you got both linebackers coming in the A and B gap, a nice place to run is the C and D gap. You run outside, and they did just that right there and picked up a nice gain on first down.
Jet sweep handoff this time. Snowball trying to get around the left side, or is that Gordon? I'm sorry. That was Mitch Gordon.
Yeah, nice job by the Copley defense right there, stringing that play out, forcing Mitch to run lateral instead of north-south. See, they got some quick penetration there, and Mitch did a nice job putting a good move on, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. See if that big Grizzly offensive line can punch a hole in that Copley defense.
Goes to Snowball left side, got it and plenty more.
Boy, great job there. The Grizzly coaches, Coach Dennison calls the offensive play. He goes sweep to the short side of the field. And nice job there getting the first down. Good job by the offensive line coming off the football. Bret Boffin right there looking for one of the middle linebackers to pick off, which he did. Nice block. And it all opens up there for Jack to get the first down.
Boffman.
Yep, Grizzlies just mixing up their running like they've got that running attack, and really it is a three-headed running attack with Snowball, Boffman, and Kuss. When he's not carrying the ball, Jack Snowball becomes a great decoy.
And you look at the averages per carry. Jack Snowball 9, John Kuss 5, Bret Boffman 6. That's why you're averaging 305 a game on the ground. 2nd and 9 from the 42. Fake, Kuss keeps. And he is immediately met by Isaiah Wheeler and Oliver Johnson, the team's leading tackler. Johnson, a big one, 5'11", 195, and just a sophomore.
Yeah, he did a great job right here reading that play, keeping his shoulders square, and then Wheeler made the first hit, but really cleaning that up and being physical as well. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. And John, we've talked many times, Grizzlies don't like to be in these situations. They don't like 3rd and long.
Johnson for Copley, the linebacker, came into tonight leading the team with 68 tackles. Kuss over the middle, intercepted at the 30-yard line. Interception by R.J. Karam. And he is tied, or has the lead in interceptions now for the Indians. That's his 4th. Number 21, the senior defensive back. Somebody forgot to look back for that pass.
Yeah, it was just not hooking up there in the passing game, but Grizzly defense now has to get out there and get a stop. Indians drove the ball on them last time.
Grizzlies had a couple open receivers on a slant there across the middle, just couldn't connect. Turner spins in the pile and pushing him back looked like Ryan Wise.
Yeah, and you said, boy, John, how important it is to wrap him up. You could see Ryan Wise just really locked onto him and made sure that he was going to take him to the ground, because Turner was starting to look like he started to spin right there. He almost came away, but look at Ryan Wise just locking onto him, doing a great job.
2nd and 7. Over the middle, Gelati throws. Open is C.J. Chapman. Chapman first down for the Indians.
And there it is again.
A very
good athlete catching the ball in space.
Versatile and balanced offense these Copley Indians are. The Indians averaging a little over 200 yards on the ground and a little over 150 through the air. So they can do it all.
Yep, and they run this fast tempo on offense too. They're quickly in and out. They want to get you on your heels and keep you off balance on defense. So you can see that the players all look to the sideline really quickly. They don't huddle, and the coaches signaling the plays, and everybody, not just the quarterback, everybody's looking for the play from the coach, and then they just go.
2nd and 7 from the Wadsworth 49. Gelati sees everyone's ready, takes the shotgun snap, turns left, in trouble, eludes it, eludes another, throws it down the sideline out of bounds.
And I don't know if we saw the end of that, but Gelati took a shot. Nick Miller, it's great to have Nick back in the lineup, when the Grizzly defensive lineman put some good pressure, and the Grizzlies blitzed right there. Coach Rob Karovic, the defensive coordinator, had a nice call. Got some quick pressure on Gelati, flushed him from the pocket. And then as he threw that ball away, Nick Miller did a good job delivering a hit on him.
Nick Miller, number 47, sat out last week with the concussion against Green. Back in there, 45 seconds to play first quarter, and we have movement
Yeah, they're going to be offsides. It's going to back them up. It was 3rd and 7. It's going to make it 3rd and 12 now. You got to watch screen, draw, and certainly you're thinking you got to get their money receivers.
That would be Chapman, number 10, and Wheeler, number 85.
Yeah, those would be two guys you want to make sure you know where they're at.
85 Wheeler, split wide to the left. Chapman in a slot on the right. Gelati back in trouble again. Sacked and incomplete. He did get rid of it in time before he went down, so it won't be a sack, but good job by the Grizzly D there.
Yeah, Nick Seamy and Nick Miller right there again, just getting after him, and I'm telling you, that is the greatest neutralizer. I don't care how good you are as a quarterback. You got to, if you're uncomfortable and you got somebody in your face and you have to make quick decisions and you're getting knocked around, it is very difficult to complete passes.
There's Kirby Rice. High punt. Caught at the 25 and immediately hit is Winkler by number 83, Jason Tomako.
Glad you tried that one first. But great job, however you pronounce his name. Great job on kick coverage here. He delivers a good blow. But I'll tell you what, you really got to be fearless when you're a punt returner. You got 10 angry guys coming downfield to hit you as hard as they can, and to catch that football and hang on to it, and to do it without the fair catch is really impressive. So great job by Nate.
32 seconds to play first quarter. Gordon to the other side. Here's Snowball, big hole up the middle to the 36-yard line.
Well, the Grizzly offensive line is just doing a fantastic job up front, John.
Looks like that Wisconsin offensive line against Nebraska last Saturday.
Maybe not quite as big as the Badgers, but boy, they're
same
physical.
Effect.
The same effect. You got Paladar and Tavanello and Roberts and Hamblin and Mackey and Seamy. Tyler Perry in there at tight end at times, but just doing a great job. The big guys up front, can't give them enough credit.
10 seconds to play. Boffman got a couple, and that'll end the first quarter with the score Wadsworth 7 and the Indians 3. We will take this short break and be back for the second quarter.
Hello, I'm Dale Fortner, Superintendent of Wadsworth City Schools, and many of you know we have an important ballot issue this November. During the campaign, we think that it is vital that you separate fact from fiction.
Fact. Wadsworth City is the only school district in Medina County to receive the Excellent with Distinction Award for 3 consecutive years.
Fact. The schools have achieved this rating while charging the lowest property tax per pupil in Medina County and spending the lowest amount per student.
Fact. The schools have already implemented over $5 million in reductions to make ends meet.
Fact. Without the new operating money, deep and impactful cuts will need to be made, and Wadsworth children and families will lose valuable opportunities and services.
Fact. It has been 8 years since the schools have asked for new operating money, which is used exclusively to fund the district's day-to-day operations.
As voters, we believe it's important for you to have the facts. If you need more information, visit our Friends for Wadsworth City Schools website. And on November 8th, vote to keep our schools and community strong.
Start of the second quarter. Wadsworth 2nd and 8, ball on their own 38. Jack Snowball again, big hole up the middle, almost gets to midfield. He stopped just short at about the 49. First quarter statistics, Copley had 4 first downs, Wadsworth 5. 1 penalty for each team. Total yards, Wadsworth 115, Copley 78. Turner 6 carries for 17 yards. You'd like to hold him to that through 4.
Yeah, absolutely.
He only gets 17 a quarter. Boy, you're winning this game.
Yeah, that and if the Grizzlies continue to be able to get some rushing yards with number 5.
Snowball again to the 46 of Copley. Jack in that first quarter, 6 carries, 55 yards and a touchdown.
if the Grizzlies can keep that going, they've got a good chance of winning this football game. As you watch again, they're just going to run a little wider this time. He cuts it up, eludes a tackle, and you know the Indian secondary has done a nice job of tackling him when he gets into that second level, but there will be a time tonight that Jack's going to run somebody over, probably run past people and get into that end zone.
That's usually the second half.
Yeah, as he gets stronger and stronger.
This time he's still on his feet. He managed to get something out of nothing there. He looked to be dead in the water for a loss and ends up getting a couple.
Yeah, and the other nice thing about that run, again, you know, we talked so many times when you teach those running backs, you initiate the contact. When you're the runner, you're the ball carrier, you initiate the contact. And Jack does a good job at the end of this run, just like we've seen Bret Boffman doing, lowering his shoulder and you know, falling forward for another yard. 3rd and 3 now, big down here for the Grizzlies.
Gelati was 5 of 8 for 56 yards in that first quarter, so. Snowball pushed forward. Did he get it?
I think
Looks
he did.
close,
Yeah,
but I think he did.
I think he did.
Boy, how many times do we see that?
Yeah, and again, they went pitch into the short side of the field, and the referees are going to take a look at it.
They're going to measure.
Boy, it is close where they have it marked. And if it is an inch or two short, John, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Dennison would go for it. Because if it's short, it's not short by much. So
there you see where
get a
play
measurement
ends.
here, and let's see. Boy,
it's short.
Yeah, and you can see just about a foot. So interesting decision here. See if coach is going to go for it.
He's going to send Nate Winkler out with the play call.
They could try to draw him off sides, and you know, teams do that.
Normally we'll see Jack Snowball get the give here, and I'm sure Copley's expecting that, but you never know. John Kuss could go a little.
They always have the green light. If they see a gap to their right or to their left, and you just tell them, take the snap, make sure you get the snap, and then you just follow that center and that guard. You get in there. You got big Nick Tavanello in there.
Yeah, and Snowball's awfully deep behind Kuss to take that handoff and hope to get it. And Kuss gets a huge hole on the left side for a first down to the 29.
Boy, they did just that. And boy, what a nice job by John Kuss. He not only, you know, he didn't fall forward, he saw there was a nice gap there, so he knew he could pop that.
He started leaning forward like I'm just going to lean, and then whoa.
Yeah, he saw, hey, I got some daylight here, and took great advantage of it. He's a great runner. And huge pickup. And I'll tell you, there's Coach Dennison making a gamble. A lot of coaches would have punted that ball away. Coach goes for it and gets the first down. So great job. Gutsy call, and they pick it up.
1st and 10 from the 39, 40 to play first half. Snowball right side. Running strong to the 23.
Yeah, great job. I'll tell you, that's what they love to do on first down. If they can pick up 5, 6, 7, 8 yards on first down, they're in business. That's what this offense is completely geared towards.
2nd and 3, 7 on the carry. Ball on the 23. Boffman inside the 20, first down.
Nice job. Good job by Bret Boffman. He doesn't break a lot of long runs, but he gets a lot of very good 3 and 4 yard runs. Moving the chains is what it's all about here for the Grizzly offense. See Lou Gelati over on the sidelines. He can't hurt you from the sidelines.
No.
He's got a ball in his hand. He's waiting to get back on the field, but the longer they keep him on the sidelines, the more to their advantage.
A little fake and keep by Kuss. There you go, 5, 6 yard chunks at a time.
Yep, and a great block by number 71, John Hamlin, right there. John got a nice job pulling. You're going to see him. He pulls around. He looks for that end man on the line of scrimmage. That kid kind of turned his shoulder, so John locks onto him. And you didn't get to see the good part of the block there, but stayed on him, opened up the seam, and John Cusco's running through it for a nice pickup on first down.
Hamblin, 6'1", 226-pound senior tackle. 2nd and 5, under 8 minutes to play first half from the 14-yard line. Kuss hands off, snowball up the middle, rams a couple players down inside the 5, and Jack has the battering ram going tonight.
And sometimes it doesn't matter what color jersey the other guy's wearing. Jack's just a whirling dervish right there, and look at this. Man, there's all kinds of bodies flying at the end of this play. Great job, great job. Just taking it right to the Copley defense. Smash mouth football.
1st and goal from the 4, 7.5 minutes to play first half. Boffman gets it, rumbles, stumbles into the end zone. Bret Boffman gets the touchdown for Wadsworth, and that is Bret's 5th rushing touchdown of the season.
Great drive, great drive by the Grizzlies behind that great offensive line. Mixing it up between quarterback, tailback, fullback, right down the field on that Copley defense.
Well, Escudero's got him a streak going of made extra points here after struggling a little bit in the early season. And he booms that one through. It is good. 14-3 Wadsworth leads, 7:27 to play first half. Mentioned before, Luis, the star player on the Grizzlies soccer team, had a couple of goals last night in a 5-0 win over Worcester.
You see the touchdown again by Boffman. You see how that defense runs wide when they see Jack Snowball running wide, and that's what opens a hole up, and that and the great blocking of the offensive line. But yeah, you mentioned Luis, John. He's a soccer player. You know, Coach Dennison said he talked to him about kicking, and he said, I think we got somebody on the team that's going to kick. He came out late. That didn't work out. He came out late. So really, I mean, he was just learning the game here the first half of the season, and got his struggles done early, and just getting better and better here as the year goes on.
Huge game not only for the Suburban League as far as computer points are considered, which determines where you sit in the playoff picture, if you'll make it or not. Grizzlies currently 4th in their region. Copley 7th in Division II Region 5. This one picked up by number 3, Chauncey Spears. And he's out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, boy, if the Grizzlies could come up with a takeaway here, or go 3 and out, or limit them, and still 7:20 left on the clock.
There you see Grizzlies are a Division I school in Region 2.
Moved back up there after last
well, a
week's
lot of teams
win.
won and helped Wadsworth. Those second-level points you get when the teams you beat win, you get points. And, of course, when you win, you get points. And beating a 5-1 Copley team tonight will greatly help you. And there's Miller, who couldn't wrap Turner up, so Mitch Gordon comes to help out.
Well, again, how do you neutralize speed and great athleticism? Right there, you get some good push up front. And, he's going north-south, and you get him when he's going north-south. And Nick doesn't bring him down, but just that initial hit slows him down. The cavalry's coming. You got Big Boffman coming. You got Mitch Gordon coming. You got the cavalry coming fast. And that's all you need.
Loss of 6, 2nd and 16 from the 24. Gelati in the shotgun. Just turns his shoulders to the north side of the field and completes a pass out to 28 for Copley. Alonzo Burt, his second catch tonight.
Yeah, so now that long catch still gives you a 3rd down and long. It's a 3rd and 8 right here, and the Grizzlies, if they can get some pressure, I'm sure Coach Karavic's thinking pressure here. Get some pressure on Gelati.
Interesting game there tonight. Whitmer plays Findlay in Wadsworth region, so that'll decide a lot as far as those playoff points go. Copley, it looks like Gelati's audibling there at the line of scrimmage, changing the play, and he's going to boot it out to his left and completes it. No, Wheeler drops it.
Nice job by Chester Foth right there, because it did look like Wheeler was going to haul that one in. I don't know if Chester got a hand on it and ripped that thing out as he was trying to bring it down, but you're right, Gelati saw what he wanted there, and he's an experienced quarterback, 3-year starter, going for over 4,000 yards. He calls a smart audible.
Well, he just got there in time to wrap him up a little bit and cause him to drop the ball. Chester Foth, senior defensive back, returned that interception 57 yards for a touchdown last week in the win over Green.
Boy, now if all goes well, the Grizzlies are going to have the ball back with about 5.5 minutes left. Plenty of time for another drive.
Snowball and Winkler standing at about the 35 of the Grizzlies. And they're just going to wave it off and let it bounce, and it gets a Copley roll down to the 20-yard line. So Kirby Rice showing why he has that 46-yard average per punt.
Great punt right there, and they got a fortuitous bounce, but Grizzly offense, 5 minutes, 38 seconds left now. Plenty of time. They got their timeouts. Plenty of time to move down the field one more time before halftime.
And so far, Wadsworth controlling that line of scrimmage, and if they can do that all night, it looks like it may be another successful evening on the Grizzly Revenge Tour.
Yeah, this is a great chance for a drive right now.
Snowball, halfback pass coming up. Swings it out to Kuss, who made a great catch at the first down marker. Down the sideline, he goes in front of the Grizzly bench, headed for the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzly Bears.
Oh, a little trickeration.
Well,
trickeration. We were talking long drive, but I'll certainly take a score in one play, John.
Second time, Jack Snowball
thrown for another touchdown.
Made a pass. Just his second attempt, his second completion, and both of them have gone for TDs.
How about that average? 2 for 2, both long touchdowns.
What a great play. Copley defense bites there and comes up to the line, and boy, Kuss, though, making a great catch there. That pass was a little long.
He really did make a nice catch, and we know he's very fast once he gets a hold of that ball.
There's the extra point by Escudero, boomed through to make it 21-3 Grizzlies. And we may kind of have this for you on replay. I see Snowball after he got the ball there. And Kuss caught it back left of the screen, but you see him coming, and he just jukes Matt Nettelast there.
And look at him run. He's got such nice long strides. He made a great catch. And talked to Coach last week, and he said they had put that play in there with the throwback to Kuss. And boy, there it is. Pays off huge. And really, really momentum on the side of the Grizzlies. But they got to be careful here with 5:25 left. Now the Indians have plenty of time, and they got those dangerous return men back there. And got to play defense here again. You got to shut them down. You got to play special teams right here.
Yep, Grizzlies averaging 36 points a game, already at 21. And we saw the Indians keeping their kickoffs away from Jack Snowball. Let's see if the Grizzlies do the same, keeping it away from Turner, and they do. As it hits the turf, bounces up. Chauncey Spears going to have it again, and good job by the Grizzlies stopping him short of the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's a good kickoff right there. And I know they're getting the ball at the 30-yard line, but you don't want to give up the big play. You don't want to kick it to Turner right there. Don't give him a chance.
To get right back in this game,
take it to the lesser of three evils right there, and then play defense. 30-yard line, but again, 5:20 left. Plenty of time for the Indians with their high-powered offense. He's got to play defense here.
Now, keep calling him Deuce Turner, number 2, Deuce, and that, of course, is not his real name. After this play, we've talked about it before, but Grizzlies there to stop it. Turner fumbles the ball. It's picked up by the Grizzlies. And to the 10-yard line, Wadsworth takes it.
Wow. I'll tell you, now we got a good chance right here to knock them out right before halftime. Great job. You see Tyler Perry right there, and we're going to see who caused that fumble, but that was a great gang tackle. Whole bunch of white jerseys over there, and huge, huge turnover. And the Indians are frustrated. Turner comes over, flings his helmet down on the sidelines, hands on his head.
Well, Well, after this play, we'll have the replay for you of that to see
Boy.
what actually happened. They're 1st and 10 Grizzlies from the 11. They can get a first down at the 1. Snowball going to get it. Up the middle he goes again.
Penalty flag.
And a flag on the play.
Well, we'll see what this penalty is, but this is really a golden opportunity for the Grizzlies to put another one up before halftime.
Here it
we'll watch
is.
the replay now. See a nice initial hit over there. And it looks like that Ryan Wise comes
came
in. Byron Brown's having a great game. And see who picked that up. Hard to see who picked that up, but just a great job of team defense.
Can't see the jersey number.
No. Huge play. Might have been C.J. Edwards. Couldn't tell who. No, it wasn't C.J. Couldn't see who picked the ball up, but what a great defensive play. Call in the meantime is going to go against the Grizzlies, and it's going to back the ball all the way up to the 19-yard line. So Grizzlies now a little more challenging to get it in the end zone.
It's hard to see when they're clear on the other side of the field there. This is Snowball to the 15, and we're being told from the truck that it was Ryan Wise.
Great play there. And that run now is going to pick up about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, Grizzlies going to let that clock roll as well, down to 4:30 left in the first half. It'll be.
Yeah, this is really a challenge for the Indians defense. Get right back on the field after the Grizzlies had the touchdown drive.
1st and 15 from the 16. Little fake, Kusta throw, in trouble, runs away from it, throws it, crosses body, it's tipped up by C.J. Chapman, and then diving for it but missing it was Nick Seamy.
Nick almost got that off the tip, but secondary of the Indians doing just a good job right there. And also the front, they got some good pressure on John. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long now, and thinking, you know, if they can just get maybe half of that, get Luis Escudero in position to maybe try a field goal here.
Four minutes to play first half. Kusta throw again over the middle. It's a wobbler, and in a fight for it, who they gonna say got it?
They're fighting for it, and there's one Grizzly and a whole bunch of Indians.
Copley has it. I don't know.
Boy, they're still holding on to that ball. Look at that. Just a pile up of players, and whoever that Grizzly is, give him credit. It's Nick Seamy. Nick really fighting hard for that football, but
looked like number 7, Matt Nettelast, right there coming out of the pile with it. But it's right at the goal line.
It is. It's really.
Here it is.
Yep, on about the half-yard line. But boy, Nick, look at that. Great effort. Look at that. Really just trying to rip that ball out of his hands, and giving every ounce of effort there to try to make a play. But the referees say it's Copley's ball, so about the half-yard line. They've got 3 minutes, 53 seconds left, and the Grizzlies defense back on there again. Got to look for another big play.
And the referees blow the whistle.
See what Coach Dennison wants some clarification here on the pass play, I think. So you can see the referees going over, explaining things to him. You know, Coach probably not going to like the explanation there, but and if it's joint possession and the offense gets that, as you look at the graphic, Coach in his 17th season, very impressive win record. He's not going to win that discussion, but lets his opinion be known to the referees. Grizzly defense looking to see if they can come up with a big play here.
Still
another big play.
Still 3:53 to play. Nose of the ball on the goal line, and Tavanello on the left side of the defensive line jumped there.
You talk about Lou Gelati being an experienced quarterback. There you go. He knows he's got nothing to lose. Go on 2, go on 3. If one of your guys jumps, they're going to move the ball an inch.
Gets him out of a huge hole there.
Yep, you just might catch the Grizzlies jumping, and he did. Move that ball out from the 1/2 yard line. Great job by Lou Gelati.
Gelati
he's
changing the play again.
Yep.
Looking over the middle. Gelati in trouble, gets out of it again, slides down. I talked about at the beginning, he's real good at getting away from the pressure.
Yeah, he's not that big, but you could see he's very quick, and it looked like he was going to get tripped up right there, but he kept his balance. The Grizzlies, again, I love this. Boy, they've just gotten good pressure. He is not comfortable. That was Nick Tavanello that time. Byron Brown's having a great game, chasing him, get him out of that pocket. Okay, I'll take that. I'd rather he does that than throw the ball downfield.
First down on the carry by the quarterback, Gelati. 3:20 to play first half. Option pitch out to Turner. He's got some green. And a nice play there. Chester Foff chasing Turner down.
Yeah, and there's a flag down, so we might have a hold here against Copley.
It's mentioning about Deuce Turner, number 2. Got the nickname Deuce. Why not wear the number 2?
It's a great
but his
nickname.
first name, and I've heard it pronounced many different ways. A lot of you have probably read it in print and heard me attempt to say it before, but I believe it's Argeros? Argeros?
I think it's Argeros.
Well, you spell his first name Aregeros. I'll stick with Deuce.
Yeah. And no matter how you pronounce it, he is a very talented football player.
And it is a hold on the Indians.
Fun to watch.
Being recruited by Tennessee, Illinois, and just a junior.
Just a junior. He's got that great quickness and shiftiness, and speed.
But Grizzlies doing a job on him so far tonight. See if they can't keep that going. He spun out of one there, but the Grizzlies quickly there to stop him at the 15.
Yep.
Still short of the original line.
We talk about wrapping him up, but he's so shifty. And when guys are fast like this, John, usually they're strong too, even if they're not real big.
Byron Brown again slowing him down.
Yep, and Turner did a nice job of running out of that tackle and making a nice gain. 2nd and 11.
2:45 to play. First half. Gelati to throw, fires one up to Wheeler, who makes a great catch past the first down marker and takes it to the 44. But there's what a 6'2" receiver can do for you.
Yeah, we've seen the Indian receivers going up a couple times and making some really spectacular catches. And there's another one right there, and they got the ball moving now. They started on the half-yard line, 2 minutes, 32 seconds left, and they're out on the 44.
Well, turnaround handoff to Turner this time, and there he goes. He's gone. See a flag, though, at the line of scrimmage at about the 44-yard line. Let's see what it is.
Yeah, if this one would come back,
Turner's body language indicating it's against the Indians.
Wow. Really be a big call here for the Grizzlies if they, Lou Gelati's going over and talking to the referee as well, but
it's coming back.
Yeah, that one is going to come back, so wow. But you can just see how quickly.
You knew you'd see one of those, whether a hold or not.
And that handoff didn't look like any of the other, pretty much like the other handoffs. But he can just take that ball, he gets a little crease, breaks a tackle, and he's off to the races.
like an illegal motion there on that one.
Motion
Not a hold.
penalty, but boy, what a break for the Grizzlies.
I don't know, was it that spin move Gelati did there on the handoff? There's a play action fake to Turner. All kinds of people coming after Gelati, and it forces him to throw it short to C.J. Chapman. There's what that pressure will do.
Yeah, you got Perry in there, you got Tavanello in there, you got Nick Miller in there, you got 3 white shirts that are just making him uncomfortable. And, you know, he can be such an accurate passer. You know, Tyler Perry, I mean, he's such an accurate passer, but nobody's an accurate passer. When you're throwing off your back foot, you're trying not to get drilled in the mouth. It's, you know, you just can't do it.
2:10 to play first half, 2nd and 15 on their own 38. Gelati again, straight drop back, now rolls to his right, looking down the field still, dumps it off, and that was complete just to the line of scrimmage by Troy Brown, making the catch, junior wide receiver number 6 there.
Clock running now under 2 minutes, 1:50 and counting. The Indians are going to have a 3rd down and about 11. And again, I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Karavic come with a blitz right here. Got to get pressure, although he's been getting some pretty good pressure with his 4. Might look for quick pressure here.
Here it comes, Gelati screens one off over the middle to Turner, got the first down.
Boy, what a catch. That was just a
shoe
great
top.
catch. It was a shoe top catch, and you know, we saw Jack Snowball showing some great athleticism with the quick feet. Look at Turner here, just great hands, catching that ball, taking it off his toe, and then quickly getting north-south and getting enough yardage for a first down. Outstanding job there by Turner.
1:10 and counting left in the first half. And we're going to get a whistle, timeout, Grizzlies.
Yep. Coach wants to talk things over here now. 1:04 left, and I'm sure they want to talk about defense here. Coach Karavic's going to talk about what they got to do. They still have they still have a ways to go. Ball's on the 45-yard line, so talk strategy here. What they can do maybe to get the Indians stopped before halftime. It's a big series here, John. If they can get on the board again, 21-10, you know, they're right back in it, and they got some good momentum going into the half.
Let's quickly look at those scores from last week as far as Wadsworth opponents are concerned. And Wadsworth was 2nd in the computer points, fell to 7th, back up to 4th because Ashland won, Worcester won.
Medina getting beat by Solon there.
And then Solon getting beat by Menor last night.
Wow, that was quite a game. I watched some of that on TV. And boy, you talk about powerful football team, the Menor Cardinals.
Revere and Nordonia played last night already, and Nordonia got off the schneid. They beat Revere 7-0. And it's a pass out to Chapman that's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down with 1 minute to play.
Yep, that'll stop the clock there for the Indians. But yeah, the battle of the winless teams there, Nordonia and Revere, both teams struggling this year. All right, clock's going to stop, give the Indians a chance to pause here, get their play in. Also gives the Grizzlies a quick chance to catch their breath, get lined up.
Gelati scrambling out of trouble again, looking for someone to throw it to. Everyone covered, just runs out of bounds.
Copley fans wanted a late hit right there, but they didn't get that. But boy, I'll tell you, I'll take that. You
may think Gelati may have still been trying to stay in bounds there.
Well,
you got to knock him out.
Yeah, he did kind of put the brakes on and got a few more yards. But anytime you make him pull the ball, make him pull it, and you're doing well.
52 seconds left.
Grizzlies got 3rd and 3 here now for Grizzly defense. See if they can come up with a big stop.
It's Turner. Boffman brings him down. Bret Boffman.
That's a great tackle by the leading tackler for the Grizzlies right there. Bret Boffman keeping his shoulders square, attacking downhill, and then you lock on and you hold on for dear life. Brings up a 4th down, and now the Grizzlies have a chance to stop this drive, John.
And I believe the Indians lost a yard on that play, it looks like.
Turner's walking gingerly off the field. I don't know if he twisted something there, but he's got his hands on his hips and looking like you can see that quick spin. But look at this. Look at that determination. That's just heart and guts and drive right there. Bret Boffman just having the will not to give up that tackle.
Little pull on the leg there by Boffman to bring him down.
Yeah, that's a great job. I'll tell you, if they can stop him on 4th down now, that will be a very big play. The Indians are already back up on the field. Grizzlies still getting some instructions from Coach Rob Karavic.
Well, and with only 40 seconds left, they're of course going to go for it. Gelati and Turner standing in the backfield.
Look at their money receivers here. Where are they at?
You never know. Gelati could just kind of pooch punt one over the Grizzly D here. Try to recover it with their speedy receivers.
He's taking a look at the defense now. He's getting them in the play he wants.
He's going to throw. Nobody open. Flushing him left are the Grizzlies. He rolls back out of the pressure, throws it, and it's gone.
He dropped it.
And he dropped the ball.
He dropped it. I'll tell you, that was a wonderful play by Gelati, but there you go again.
It was Isaiah Wheeler, the tall receiver, who got just enough separation, and boy, pinpoint accuracy.
And John, they all do that scramble drill that you practice this. Once your quarterback breaks and he's running around, those receivers all break off their route, and your job is just to get open, find open space. And what an arm. Look at that throw. I'll tell you, that was on the money.
To him.
On the run, on the money, on a rope. And Wheeler couldn't come up with it. So I'll tell you what, go back to that tackle by Bret Boffman. There you go. You just stopped the Copley Indians for no points before half.
And you hold the Indians to 3 points in the first half. Snowball still not giving up. Tucks the ball in and stopped. Indians came into tonight averaging 25 points a game, and Grizzlies hold them to 3, and I think that'll be the end of the first half.
Yep, that should be it. And I'll tell you, the Grizzlies happy to go in the locker room with a 21-3 lead.
Yep, just going to let the clock roll down. 3, 2, 1, 0, end of the first half. Wadsworth, an impressive showing, and if it weren't for that turnover. Back for the second half. And it's 21-3 Wadsworth. Here's the first half stats. Copley had 7 first downs, 3 penalties, and just 134 total yards. Gelati was 9 out of 16 for 108 yards. But the glaring statistic here is how well the Indians stopped Deuce Turner, the standout running back. 10 carries for just 13 yards.
Yeah, that was really a great job, and of course the Grizzlies were fortunate to that one long run that he had being called back, but just a great job by the defense here in the first half, and they're going to have to keep it up because these guys aren't going to go away, John. It's 21-3, and you can see they've got that great passing attack. They've got a running back that can score on any given down, so I expect a good game here in the second half. Grizzlies are going to start off with the ball.
We'll give you Wadsworth's first half stats after the kickoff. Fielded at the 31 by Winkler, and we have a flag coming down. Winkler is tackled at the 50-yard line by Kyle Williams, the senior, for Copley.
I know there might be a penalty on this, but Nate Winkler just did a great job catching that ball. It's going to be a hold on the Grizzlies. Going to back it up, and he just did a great job. They were thinking, hey, we'll just kick it to one of the short guys, and he'll catch it and go down. But Nate almost broke that one.
Grizzlies,
nice return.
10 first downs in the first half. They did throw 2 interceptions. The one was the one way down at the goal line, killed them from getting even more up in this game. 3 penalties for 20 yards, 238 total yards. Jack Snowball, 14 carries, 99 yards, and a touchdown. And Snowball also had that 79-yard touchdown pass to John Kuss.
Yeah, outstanding job, and just the physicality of the running game. And like they did in the first half. If they can keep that up, they should win this football game.
Snowball to the 31-yard line, gain of a couple.
It's like John Hamblin's down. John holding his right ankle or right shin area. So.
Yeah, just below the knee, or maybe it is the knee he's holding, but he's rolling around.
Yeah.
There he is, number 71. He may have just taken a kick to the shin.
I hope that's it. Whatever it is, he's feeling it right now. We got Dr. Mike Boyer out there and Dr. Bob Crawford, trainer Ron Burdett.
So let's see, Snowball just over 100 yards rushing now, and he only needs about 30, a little over 30 yards to move into third on Wadsworth's all-time rushing list. So you know he'll hit that at some point here in the third quarter probably.
Yeah, hope he gets that and then some here in the second half when Coach Dennison comes out to see Hamblin.
This injury timeout give us a chance to look at the games involving Wadsworth opponents going on this week 7. Ashland at Oroville, that's a good one.
Game, yeah.
Worcester at Lexington, Medina's at Strongsville. You hope the Bees can pull that one off. Cloverleaf at Talmadge. There we mentioned earlier, Nordonia beat Revere 7-0 last night, and just, boy, the basement dwellers fighting it out to get the goose eggs off their record, and Revere is still winless. Nordonia's first win of the season. Green at Highland, an interesting game. So
that will be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, you look at the Suburban League standings, the Cloverleaf and Talmadge and Green and Highland.
Boy, this does not look good with the injury here with Hamblin. He's being carried off, and he's not putting any weight at all on that right foot. Big loss there for the Grizzlies. And you can see he just does not want to put that down at all. So John will get some medical attention. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Looks like number 64, sophomore Connor Van Fleet's going to be now in the lineup for the Grizzlies.
Yep, replacing Hamblin. Van Fleet, 6 foot, 187-pound sophomore. He's done a good job filling in.
He's got some experience, and that's the nice thing. And the Grizzlies have been able to get him in to a number of games. Got some playing experience, not in a game this big, but he's been out there some. He's going to have to play big right now. 2nd and 8 now for the Grizzlies.
At their own 31, fake the snowball. Kuss has room. Throws it low into the ground at the feet of Nick Seamy, incomplete.
Connor Van Fleet did a real nice job on that, Johnny. Pulled, it was a bootleg. Pulled, and again, the Copley defensive end turned his shoulders in, and you teach the guard, if he turns his shoulders in, then you pin him. And you drive him back inside, let the quarterback get outside. So he did a nice job right there, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 after the pass falls to the turf. Great crowd tonight. We mentioned that several times. Just a huge crowd. Both bleachers are full, and you have a lot of people standing around the fence and around the areas watching this game.
Yeah,
crowd tonight.
Weather has a lot to do with it.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
3rd and 8 now. Fake to Gordon. Kuss going to keep it. Can he get enough? He does. 1st down and more. John Kuss on the hard run. There were 5 Indians there to stop him, but he was 3-4 yards past the 1st down marker.
Yeah, such a great, determined runner. You can see they've run this play several times tonight. You fake the jet sweep. You get the kick out block. Nick Tavanello on the defensive end. And then look at the blocks downfield. Paladar getting a block downfield. You know, that's what makes it go for the 1st down. So great job. 11 now on the clock. Grizzlies keep the ball.
Snowball. Nice handoff. Another 1st down for the Grizzlies.
And again, if the Grizzlies can keep doing this, John, they're going to win the football game. The inside run, they've just been more physical. Copley's got a lot of the skill, and they've got great athletes and stuff, but the Grizzlies have just dominated physically. Up front, the lines of scrimmage, really both sides of the ball, blowing those Indians off the line of scrimmage and giving Jack Snowball some room to get going.
A little stretch handoff now to Jack, and he stays alive, tries to cut the corner, and a nice tackle by C.J. Chapman, not allowing Snowball to get any further, and that should be a loss of a couple.
Yeah, Chapman just tackled him low. He did the wise thing and just kind of knocked his legs out from under him, but you can watch him going back to the huddle right now. He's maybe took the worst of that collision. He's kind of trying to stretch himself out and get himself back together again. Because I'll tell you, Jack is, we said 215 pounds, and he is a solid kid. Big, strong legs.
Grizzlies rushed for 140 yards in that first half. Coming in, Copley was only allowing 159 a game. So this time, Grizzlies stopped as the Indians all over that run by Kuss.
They haven't done that a lot tonight. They got some penetration off the snap on that. The Grizzlies trying to pull a couple linemen, and that's what'll blow that play up, is when you're able to penetrate at the point of attack. So now they're 3rd and long, 3rd and 15. And see what the Grizzlies do here.
They have to figure to win the Suburban League title this year, you'll probably have to go undefeated. Reverse, Snowball to Gordon. Gordon stopped after getting about 1 yard past the original line of scrimmage, so Grizzlies will punt it.
Yeah, but that's a nice call here. Just going to see if they can catch the Indians napping. You see Van Fleet and John Kuss both pulled around there to get some blocks. And for a second there, it looked like there was some running room. Looked like maybe even more to the outside right there, but good call. Conservative call there. Grizzlies going to punt the ball, play defense.
Chester Foth booms one, and it hits inside the 5 and rolls into the end zone.
Boy, I thought it was going to take a nice bounce and skip to the left and get out of bounds right there, but it goes into the end zone. So the Indians will take it on the 20. The Indian coaches talking things over. Long-time coaches there. Mike Couthen's been here at Copley for a long, long time. Once was the head coach, but now works with the offense.
Coach Hopkins,
Yep.
former Highland Hornets head coach.
Another very good coach. John Hopkins was a former head coach at Highland when they had those great Highland teams.
Long pass down the field and way out of the reach of everybody. Intended for Turner, who was
fast
out there.
Boy, he just, that was
just
a play.
A sprint.
He just threw that up, and just watching him sprint, just man, what a beautiful stride, and you can see why he's a Division I recruit. He has got that speed.
And he had 240 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns in the Indians' 35-21 win over Cloverleaf last week. Grizzlies have held him to virtually nothing here tonight. And he spins, they stop him again.
Boy, Byron Brown again is in that backfield.
Number
Just
51.
Great job making that first hit, and Ryan Wise cleans it up, but that's how you stop him. He may be a Division I type athlete, but not with 2 white shirts hanging on him.
Watch Byron just knife through there.
Yeah, he's had a great game tonight. Byron Brown's really played big.
Number 51 for Wadsworth, 5'11", 222-pound senior defensive tackle. 3rd and 12 now for the Indians. Gelati's going to throw it. He zips one out to Reed Torrens, the senior, incomplete. And 3 and out.
3 and out. That's a great job by the defense. You get out there, punt the ball away, and you play defense. And again, that Copley offense has just been frustrated for much of the night.
Well, and there's Coach Viscount heading towards your living room there with the headset and the white shirt.
Another good coach, Larry Lambright there, coaches the linebackers. Larry's a Wadsworth resident.
Head coach Ron Viscount was a 4-year letterman in football at Bowling Green.
Yeah, they played together. Larry Lambright also played at Bowling Green.
Kirby Rice booms one. Hits just past midfield. Winkler picks it up. And the Grizzlies will have it at their own 49.
Good job by Nate picking that ball up. The Indians probably would have gained another 10 to 12 yards had that ball rolled. Nate picked that up quickly and just got a few yards out of it. But Grizzlies going to start this drive in good field position, 49-yard line. Boy, this would be a time they could get a drive going. Get that ball in the end zone here.
Just Copley's offensive line not getting the push tonight for Turner. I mentioned earlier their size isn't quite what it's been, and Snowball gets the carry. Copley's offensive line lost 4 of their 5 starters to graduation from a year ago, so that makes a difference.
It makes a huge difference. And to the contrary, the Grizzlies have a lot of veterans on that offensive line, on their offensive line. And you mentioned young Connor Van Fleet. It's nice even as a young guy, if you get thrown in there, you got a guy on your left and on your right that have had a number of snaps and they know what they're doing and they can help you out.
Yep, just Snowball, first down, 35-yard line.
This is the time of game that he starts to take over, and he really gains momentum. He's had a number of carries, and I'm just waiting for that big one now. He has been close a couple times when he gets into that secondary. And this defense has been on the field a long time tonight. I'm sure longer than they're used to, John. Grizzlies got a good chance. Keep pounding at him. Wear him down here.
Yep, keep those quick, explosive Indian skill players off the field. They've done a pretty good job of that tonight. Boffman, good hard run, but over the years, Roger, none of them as good as DeLone Carter, now playing for the Indianapolis Colts.
I was just saying that at halftime. The best running back I've seen ever in the Suburban League. 20-some years. He had it all. That kid, he was big, he was strong, he was physical, he was fast, he had balance. That kid did it all. And yeah, now he's
in the
NFL. The ball for the Indianapolis Colts.
Highest point you can go to be a running back.
No surprise. He was something.
2nd and 4 from the 29. Snowball up the middle. First down.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of good backs in the Suburban League over the years. A lot of them from Wadsworth.
A lot of them from, boy.
Oh,
how about
they've had a number.
Tyler Fortner from Talmadge?
Oh, great. Yeah, great back. Going way back. The kid from Revere that played at Penn State, Penzenik. Chuck Penzenik was wound up playing for Penn State. He was a defensive back, played in the Rose Bowl. Got some great running backs over the years.
Another first down for the red and white. Now at the Copley 24. Boffman gets it to the 20. 5 minutes to play, third quarter.
Yep, and it's not overly fancy, John, but it's that ground and pound running attack, and they're just doing what they do best. They're being physical up front, and teams will counter by putting 8 guys in the box. But if the big guys up front, the big eaters are coming off the football and they're being physical, it doesn't matter if you can get 3 or 4 yards of pop. You're grinding it out. You're eating up the clock, and you and I are just standing here watching number 4 for Copley flipping the ball in his hands on the sidelines.
Another toss to Snowball. Another first down and more inside the 10, out of bounds.
And they're just wearing that defense down. You can see it. Jack's going to pop one here in a minute. They're worn out. And that's the physicality of the Wadsworth offense. You got a good fullback. Look at, you got Bret Boffman in there throwing big blocks. And it's just physical. It's just physical football.
First and goal now from the 9. Snowball to about the 5, just short of the 5.
Yeah, nice pickup there. Again, looks like they might have him for no gain, but Jack slips a tackle and makes a positive gain. And you know, the big home crowd here for Copley. John, they've been silent most of the night. The Grizzlies have taken the crowd out of the game. And if they put one in the end zone here, this will be big.
Toss Snowball right side. Fumbles it up in the air, then catches it on his back.
And is it a touchdown? He caught it in the end zone. It is.
It
That's
is.
a touchdown.
What a play. That ball popped loose as Snowball was brought down and on his back. Luckily, the ball just comes right back into his hands as he's laying half his body across the goal line.
Yeah, just like you draw it up. Oh, boy. When it's going right, it's going right. Escudero puts the extra point through.
4 for 4 for Luis tonight. 28-3. Here it is.
Oh, this is great. The little toss. Cuts it in. He gets popped. Somebody puts a helmet on the ball.
That's
it pops
a fumble.
up. Look at that.
In the end zone, the ball is over
Breaks
the goal.
plane.
And that play wasn't over yet. That clearly was a fumble.
Yeah.
And he just reaches back just enough to catch that.
Yeah. And the Copley coaches and players and fans say, wow. Looks like a night for the Grizzlies. But very heads up by Jack. Get his hands up. Ball floated right into his hands. Broke the plane. It wasn't pretty, but it's a touchdown. So the Indians are going to send their kick return team deep with 3:32 left in the third.
I can guarantee you this kick isn't going deep.
No, it's not going to number 2 if all goes well, I'm sure, for the Grizzly coaches.
Jack Snowball now 23 carries, 155 yards, 2 touchdowns and a touchdown pass. Well, there's a flag that'll bring the ball to the Copley 40-yard line. Still better than Turner breaking one off. So Snowball 155 now is definitely 3rd all-time on the Grizzly rushing list.
That's another touchdown. Thrown touchdowns.
Yep.
He's done it all.
And let's see, he's 3rd all-time rushing. There's a couple other interesting facts there I had written down about him reaching a certain yardage point, but I have too many pieces of paper here.
You have like a novel of
This
Grizzly
is
on
this
Grizzly
is my,
football
my
right
thesis.
here. A thesis statement.
Here's Gelati to throw to Wheeler. First down, Indians. And Indians, we're probably going to see a whole lot of throwing here late in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, they are. And the Grizzly defensive backs now, you get deeper than the deepest. Keep everything in front of you. Make them work for the yardage that they get.
So let's see. Jack Snowball has joined Paul Macco, Jim Reynolds, and Drew Jones as the only 200-point scorers in school history. Gelati on the keep. Grizzlies stayed home.
Yeah, nothing there. Great job. Nick Tavanello keeping his shoulders square. Staying in his area and making a nice tackle.
Another 45 yards for Jack would give him 200 on the night. It would be his 4th 200-yard game in 7 games. And with over 134 yards, let's see. 2nd and 10 from the 47. Gelati on one foot gets it to Wheeler, and Wheeler makes all kinds of spin moves, and he's just pushed forward and heads to the end zone. He's tackled inside the 5, but there's the athleticism we haven't seen all night from Isaiah Wheeler. That's what he can do.
Yeah, that was great. What great effort by Wheeler. He broke a number of tackles right there. And I'll tell you the other thing I like, you still had white shirts running to the football and didn't allow him to get in the end zone. And again, anytime you make them work now, the clock's running. Anytime you're getting time off the clock, it's working in the Grizzlies' favor, even if they score here.
Also, Jack Snowball's nearing cracking the top 5 for most yards in a season. He's at almost 1,300 now on the season. Turner was stopped. Now he's going to go all the way to the other side of the field. Little stiff arm. He's tackled by Kuss.
And again, that's just frustrating to Turner. He's used to turning those into the end zone. Not tonight. And that's going to take another minute off the clock as the clock continues to run. He gets tackled inbounds. Make him work for every yard. Make him work for every score. And a good job. He's used to running those into the end zone. But John Kuss did a good job bringing them down a couple yards short. Clock continues to run.
Second and goal from the 3. Just a jump ball for Wheeler. He got it. Did he get the feet down? No. He dropped it.
No, that came out, popped out late. He didn't have control of it. So that'll stop the clock. And again, force the Indians to run another play. 1 minute, 2 seconds left in the third quarter.
Again, Wheeler 6'2", so Gelati, boy, that was a perfect pass. He just put that right in the back corner where Wheeler could jump up. There's Wheeler going off the field now.
Yeah, and the Grizzlies had a good matchup. They had John Kuss over there, their tallest defensive back, and very athletic, and John made a nice play on that football. And again, make the Indians work for everything.
1:02
Nothing
to play,
tonight.
third quarter. Third and goal from the 3. Little reverse handoff, and the ball's loose. Grizzlies have recovered.
Oh, man.
They
Wow.
faked it to Turner, then a little inside handoff to the other side, and it's fumbled.
Great job. I'll tell you what, just all-around effort by the defense right there.
Well, here's the fake to Turner, and they give it to number 10, C.J.
Yeah,
Chapman.
and they just lost it. They lost it on the exchange. It didn't look like he ever got it. They got a little fancy on the goal line. Nothing doing, and I'll tell you, go back, John, to the play where you had those Grizzly defenders hustling to the ball when they could have given up that touchdown to Wheeler. We had 3 guys that ran and chased him down, stopped him short, and now the Grizzlies have the ball back. Kept him out of the end zone.
56 seconds to play, and Grizzlies might go half the distance here.
Yeah, they've taken away Copley's will now. That was a great defensive stand right there. And just a lot of heads hanging on the Copley sideline. Very frustrated tonight. Grizzly defense has done a great job.
Officials timeout. Well, next week we'll be back home. Last home game of the season. And another big one. Grizzlies taking on the Talmadge Blue Devils coming into tonight, including the Indians. Wadsworth's next 3 opponents are 13-5.
Yeah, still some hurdles to
Copley, Talmadge, Highland
to jump here. And again, still got a fourth quarter here, and you got to keep going. Finish this thing off. But yeah, you get by the Indians. Got another tough game ahead of you.
Snowball carries it out to about the 11-yard line.
But that's one thing I know Coach Dennison always, teaches so well is just one thing at a time, one game at a time, one practice at a time. Always looking to gear better, always looking to give maximum effort, and helping those young guys stay focused, because you can get caught up in all the hype and all the undefeated and start thinking playoffs and all that kind of stuff. Just keeping guys focused is a big part of high school coaching.
Here's Snowball. Lowers the boom into C.J. Chapman. Going back to that last touchdown, Roger, by Jack Snowball, as 9 seconds are left in the third quarter. I guess you rule that as a fumble and your own fumble recovery.
For a touchdown.
That was Jack Snowball's first fumble of the season, and he got it back.
And he got it back for a touchdown. That's not bad. I'll take it.
That'll be the end of the third. With the score, Wadsworth 28, Copley 3, 12 minutes to play in this one.
Hello, I'm Dale Fortner, Superintendent of Wadsworth City Schools, and many of you know we have an important ballot issue this November. During the campaign, we think that it is vital that you separate fact from fiction.
Fact. Wadsworth City is the only school district in Medina County to receive the Excellent with Distinction Award for 3 consecutive years.
Fact. The schools have achieved this rating while charging the lowest property tax per pupil in Medina County and spending the lowest amount per student.
Fact. The schools have already implemented over $5 million in reductions to make ends meet.
Fact. Without the new operating money, deep and impactful cuts will need to be made, and Wadsworth children and families will lose valuable opportunities and services.
Fact. It has been 8 years since the schools have asked for new operating money, which is used exclusively to fund the district's day-to-day operations.
As voters, we believe it's important for you to have the facts. If you need more information, visit our Friends for Wadsworth City Schools website. And on November 8th, vote to keep our schools and community strong.
First play of the fourth quarter is a run and a flag at the end of the play. I got to correct myself there. I said on that last score by Snowball that it was his first fumble of the season and he recovered it, and then we realized, wait a minute, it wasn't a fumble. The ball never hit the ground.
Yeah.
So still, Jack Snowball through 6 games and 3 quarters has not fumbled the football. And that's something for a running back.
On wood
all
right
running
now.
backs are going to fumble
Yeah,
at some point.
especially somebody that carries the ball as much as he does, but does a very nice job securing that football when he runs. And he is reliable. Got the Copley cheerleaders throwing the T-shirts up into the stands. They don't have that fancy T-shirt shooter that Mr. Moore unleashes on the fans at Arkwright Stadium.
That is an unleashing.
He does unleash it.
Snowball again.
Penalty against the Grizzlies, backed it up. Grizzlies just going to keep it on the ground, running the football, running the clock.
Yeah, but still, not enough can be said about the Grizzly D shutting down this vaunted
That and the
running
offensive
and
line. Yep, that and the offensive line tonight has been the story.
Second and 15 now from their own 16. Snowball again. Is this going to be the one he busts? No. Someone came from behind, but he's still only going to be a couple yards short of a first.
Yeah, and he's going to put him into a manageable third down situation. It's going to be 3rd and about 2. And it just, again, another great run. Cuts, look at the room he's got. He's got room to operate. He's going to break a couple tackles. And he just keeps those legs driving, fighting for every inch. Clock running with 10-10. And counting as the Grizzlies take their time, very methodical right now. See if they can pick up a big first down.
10 minutes left in the ball game. There's another breakthrough by Snowball to the 39-yard line.
John, here it is, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, and you can tell the Indians are tired. They had guys that were just kind of getting into their stance, their body language. you know, they're tired. They've been on this field a long time, and they've been dealing with this very physical offensive line all night long, and it's taken a toll on them.
No, we're just told Jack Snowball over 200 yards rushing on the night, so he's going to get more.
Stays in bounds right there wisely, letting that clock run.
So Jack Snowball now with 4 200-yard games in 7 games.
Yep, you can see just Grizzlies taking their time now in the huddle. Once they get up to the line.
Great snowball, there it is. C.J. Chapman wraps around his arms, but boy,
yeah, and that's
unbelievable.
Yeah, and that's fine, and really that's just, you know, keeping the chains moving, keeping the clock running.
Just what a great all-around game management by this Wadsworth coaching staff. Just
boy, I'll tell you, the
disciplined
inside
by the kids.
Yeah, very few penalties. You know, they did have a couple of turnovers there, but you know, other than that, they did just what they needed to do tonight, offensively, defensively, special teams wise. And after tonight, we mentioned, just bring on the next challenger. It's going to be a big battle next week, Friday night in our Wright Stadium.
Anthony Gatto, Taryn Williams, and the Talmadge Blue Devils. Another good running back and quarterback.
Another good quarterback, yeah. But the Grizzlies can go into it with confidence. If they play as hard as they played this week and get after the quarterback like they did tonight, be physical up front and control that line of scrimmage on defense, they can certainly beat the Blue Devils.
7:35 to play. Snowball again, right side. Chapman there, couldn't stop him. And at the first down marker, he's kept in bounds. There's a couple of Indians were over there. Number 75 is
a big kid.
That is a big plate of dinner. He is Terry Greenwood, senior defensive lineman, 5'10", 265, number 75 for the Indians.
He is a fire hydrant. He is just short and stout.
Fake, and Kuss keeps it. He's wrapped up at about the 13-yard line.
Yeah. Copley fans starting to head for the exits.
Yeah, they're running out of time, down by 25 points.
Yeah. Again,
that's 4 scores.
Yeah, and again, you got the Copley offense on the sidelines. Gelati talking with one of his coaches, but they just got a good formula for victory tonight. He can't beat you when he's standing on the sidelines. You see John Kuss now watching the clock.
Snowball down to the 7.
Grizzlies now 6:14 left. Jack over 200 yards, and we mentioned the offensive line. We got to mention the offensive line coach, Sean Flaherty, is the architect of this offensive line and the blocking schemes, and what a tribute to him. These guys are so well coached. They know what they're doing. They play hard. Their technique is great. They're physical. They're aggressive, and you got to give some of the credit to that coach. Coach Flaherty was offensive lineman himself at Walsh University, played for Coach Greg Dennison's dad, Jim Dennison, over there at Walsh.
Timeout Indians. You see WCTV's on-demand video website as C.J. Chapman gets looked at by the Indians trainer.
He's had a few encounters with Jack Snowball tonight.
That can't feel good.
No, he's tried to tackle him low, and he's done a good job. But I think a few of those collisions, more than a few of those collisions, he's taken the worst of it.
Okay, here's the next play. It's Boffman. Still on his feet, turns his back, falls into the end zone. Second touchdown of the night for Bret Boffman.
Great job. That should do it now. Grizzlies on the board one more time. Got to give credit to our statisticians who've done such a good job tonight. John Thompson, John Gramuglia back.
Yeah, we're a little cramped in the booth here at Copley, and they had to be relegated out to the stands, and so they're feeding us statistics through the window.
Text messages.
Escudero looking to go 5 for 5 in extra points tonight. And he does. 35-3. Who'd have thunk it?
Oh, that's great. Just a great game by the Grizzlies tonight. It was all Grizzlies. He's done a great job in every facet, every phase of the football game.
Here's the touchdown replay.
Bret, he's had some nice runs tonight. Good balance, just keeping his shoulders low, protecting the football, and finding the end zone.
See the scoreboard at the north end of Infocision Field here at Copley Stadium.
Beat the Indians, number 2, Turner, number 3, Spears, and number 10, Chapman.
They're going to put Turner on the side now, John. They're going to move him from the middle spot.
Teeing up for Grizzlies.
And it'll be Chapman. Got some room. Chester Foth getting a little chippy.
Yeah, you
don't want to do that with a
no, you don't want to
35-3 lead. Just push him out.
No, your plan's already done your talking tonight.
Yeah, now a 60-yarder doesn't hurt you much with a 35-3 lead. Gelati, of course, going to throw it over the middle. And that pass intended for Troy Brown, the junior receiver.
Looks like number 2, Brad Virgin's on to play some linebacker for the Grizzlies, as is looks like number 43, Greg Young.
Four receivers, 2 on each side. High pass intended for Chapman, and C.J. Edwards all over C.J. Chapman.
C.J. versus C.J., but C.J. Edwards did a nice job right there using the sideline, driving him into there, and you can just see the frustration
on Chapman's face there. Yeah.
A lot of the Indian skill guys tonight, they just couldn't get it going against the Grizzly defense.
5.5 minutes to play. Gelati dumps one off. This one to Quincy Iverson, sophomore running back.
There's some hits, pads cracking there.
Probably the backup to Turner, who will return next year, just a junior.
Yeah, good tackle there by Nick Winkler coming up here and making a nice hit. Right in front of our press box. We could hear it all the way up here.
Oh, that pass batted down, then caught out of the air by Gelati, but was that Byron Brown?
That was Byron Brown. Boy,
wow,
he had a
you
great
could hear
game
that
today.
one up here.
Yeah, he just did a nice job getting his hands up. Can't get to the quarterback. Next best thing, get your hands up. And boy, blocked that pass. It comes back down, and Nick Curvin tackled Gelati as he caught his own pass, and you can see he's taking his helmet off. He's had enough tonight. He's seen way too much of the red and white all over him all night long, chasing him, hounding him, forcing him to get rid of the ball before he wants to. And I'll tell you, they just did a good job being physical. And again, that's how you neutralize a great quarterback.
Well, and knowing Coach Dennison, very conservative will the offense be right here. And we're going to see Martise Jackson get his first action tonight. Jack Snowball's night is done. And Jackson with a nice run up the middle, showing the speed.
Yeah, he's going to come at you. Martise getting some carries. Looks like Hayden Frisbee's in there now, one of the offensive line spots.
Martise Jackson on the carry.
Also, it looks like Keegan Long getting some snaps on the offensive line.
So with Jack Snowball out of there, 33 carries, 255 yards on the night.
Wow, that's really big, huge. Big
And
player having a big game, and it really counts.
There's Martise Jackson showing the moves, future running back for the Grizzlies. And how about Deuce Turner ending up, well, not ending up with, but at this point, 3:35 to play in the game. 12 yards rushing.
Unbelievable. I'll tell you, that is just a tribute to the Grizzly defense. Coach Karavik, wow, defensive coordinator, great job. You can shut down that kind of talent. They did it all. They shut Turner down. They shut Gelati down. They really, big play-wise, they had the one called back, but you know, they limited their big plays. They played a really good game tonight. They're going to have to do it again next week. That's the thing. Not much of a break here now. You got to. That's good. I like that because it forces you. You got to keep your feet on the ground. You can't get caught up in all the hype.
Yep, Talmadge Highland.
You got another tough game right ahead of you. So you got to go back to work and work hard all week in practice. Keep your mind right. Stay focused. Like Woody Hayes used to say, John, somebody tells you something nice, kick him in the shin.
Yeah.
Don't believe it. Don't think that you don't have to work hard every time you go to work.
Flag maybe delay a game. Yes, it is. Wadsworth taking too much time, but got Matt Alec in their quarterback now.
Yeah, get some of these guys some snaps. The starters really deserve it tonight. They deserve a rest. Great game.
There's Jackson on the toss, trying to cut around the end. He does a little bit, but gets nowhere, stays in bounds, which keeps the clock going, and no sense in the Indians calling timeouts now.
Yeah.
Grizzlies
Jackson on the carry.
hit their exact average of points scored, really, 35 a game. Boy, hold the Indians to 3.
Yeah, that's the amazing part.
That points against is going to go down again for the Grizzlies. They're barely giving up a touchdown a game over the last few weeks.
Yeah, they've got to keep that going if they're going to win the league and make it into the playoff. You've got to keep that going. They'll be tested again next week again with Talmadge.
Yeah, you know Coach Vassilotti. He'll have a game plan.
He will. Yeah, he's always bring a well-coached ball club with him when he'll come into Artwright Stadium.
Down to 1:15 to play. Another flag, another delay of game on the Grizzlies.
Delay of game, Wadsworth.
Looking out there, we got some other numbers. Alex Infantino, number 75's out there for the Grizzlies. Number 10, Clay Smalley's out there at one of the receiver spots.
Eric Yetzer, number 14.
Yep, Eric's out there at one of the receiver spots.
Just a complete execution excellence by the Grizzlies, both sides of the ball, really all three aspects of the game.
Yeah.
And we've got 50 seconds to play. Fourth down Grizzlies. He's gonna let the ball turn over on downs here as Jackson runs it. And they do turn it over. Clock stops with 32 seconds to play. And the Indians will get one more shot at it with the ball at their own 30-yard line. I'd like to thank our crew tonight. Another excellent job. Our camera operators, Phil Dell, Colin Wright, and our intern Christopher down there on the Copley sideline running the handheld camera. And back in the truck for a redo.
A
one-timer.
A legend.
Back
a
in
legend
town
in WCTV.
just for the weekend, Ken Buck.
Always great to have Ken Buck back in town.
So we'll see what the Indians going to do here. And we got a flag.
Going to be against Copley.
They got 12 men on the field.
Yep, sometimes you start working other folks in there and get a penalty or two.
And Lou Gelati, the captain, senior quarterback, not even out there. It is sophomore quarterback John Kromalik going to take the last snaps here of the game. He'll run with it and be stopped. 25 seconds to play.
That should do it unless they're going to try to get one more off.
And let's see, they're looking over at the Copley sideline. Let's see Coach Viscount saying one way or the other what to do here. He's saying, come on, that's enough, guys, and that will end the ball game. And an